I think that when you're talking about the female body, we can't shy away from images that show violence to the female body, especially if it's through a non-sexualized light. And I don't think we could have made this movie without that shot in it. So it became really pivotal for everybody on the project to be able to have this as part of the film.
Hi, Arkasha. It's I from Today, Thailand.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So first of all, congratulations on your feature directorial debut.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so what intrigued me the most is the fact that the horror in this film is not just about the graphic and tense scene, but the topic of forced birthing and taking away women's autonomy in the name of religion. Can you share the idea behind putting this theme in the First Omen?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I was so excited when I first read the script and I realized that it was going to be a female lead, because I think, as a fan of the Omen franchise, which I grew up on, it's a very masculine franchise. And I think that when the biggest question that you ask at the end of the original Omen is, where did Damien come from? And so I think it was a very natural thing for this prequel to be about birth and about female autonomy and forced reproduction. And I think it's eerie timing right now to be talking about that, and really important to be talking about that. And so that it became very natural that would be the focus of this film.
I was about to ask that this how the franchise centered on male character inspired you, so I don't think we need to ask that anymore. But because the answer is so complete. But I've heard that there's a scene that is kind of controversial to the point that you have to fight for the rating. Can you tell us about how important or pivotal the scene is for the theme of the First Omen?
Yeah, our fight with the ratings board really came down to this one shot, which has to do with the female anatomy, which I don't know if this is a spoiler, but with the vagina. And I think that when you're talking about the female body, we can't shy away from images that show violence to the female body, especially if it's through a non-sexualized light. Growing up, I didn't see a lot of body horror that didn't feel fetishized. And so the theme of the film is in this shot. It's the female body being violated from the inside out. And I don't think we could have made this movie without that shot in it. So it became really pivotal for everybody on the project to be able to have this as part of the film. I'm very proud of this shot, so I hope you all enjoy it.
I think they will. So what kind of thought do you wish the audience would leave the theater with after watching The First Omen?
Yeah, well, I think that, we're talking about a lot of very important issues, especially as it pertains to women. But it's also just we just wanted it to be a really fun, wild ride. I think the original Omen has such a place in my heart and my childhood memories. And so I wanted to, I didn't want to retread that for other people, but I also wanted to create new fun memories for younger horror fans. And I hope it is fun for everyone.
I'm sure it will be, especially with the filming and the kind of the way you portray this horror in the film images. Can you talk about the inspiration behind the designs?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, obviously we're really inspired by 1970 thrillers and psychological thrillers. We looked a lot to the Alan Pakula and Gordon Willis collaborations. But something that I really loved that Aaron Morton, our DP, did, and Eve Stewart, our production designer, and Paco Delgado, our costume designer, the whole movie is about a woman not being able to tell what's real and what's not real. And I think that that's only effective if you're able to create a very grounded, realistic world. And I think what the team did so brilliantly is that not only were they able to keep it very realistic, but they were able to portray the 1970s in such a realistic way, and in a very authentic way. So when something supernatural happens, it really infiltrates the real world. So
okay, I think our time is up. So thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.